Okay. I am just going to do a test here to see if the sound is working. Okay. Confirmed. All right. This is take 3 this morning. So already half hour into the hour I allot myself to do this. Hello, Michelle. Excuse me. Thank you for your guys' patience. I did not even realize that. I wouldn't have known if you weren't here to let me know. So thank you for that. I'll delete those videos when I have a chance. So I'm going to have to condense this reading now because I do have to be ready to be off right at 10 o'clock this morning. I have a shaman ceremony that I need to go to. In closing of the north direction, which was winter, moving into the east direction and spring. So happy spring equinox, right? Yes, spring equinox. Today is the first day of spring, actually, this afternoon. So in Pacific Standard Time, it'll be around 2:30ish, I believe, give or take. Um, and yeah, so wherever else you are in the big wide world, today is a very beautiful day. Those of us that are energetically sensitive, we will have started to feel the energy opening up as of a week ago yesterday. So it's already been like 8, 9 days where we felt like we're in this spring forward energy, which is a lot more excitable. It doesn't feel like we're in hibernation mode so much anymore. So, yeah, there's a whole bunch of things I was saying before. And it's like, okay, well, we're going to just restart all that. So I am going to take a moment while I have the two of you here with me, just to re-cleanse the space. And I figured out what happened with my microphone. I did a update on my computer last night or yesterday, and when it all shut down, I guess it didn't end up. Yeah, I needed to unplug. What happened there? I needed to unplug the USB port for the microphone and then replug it in, and it just reset it. So something happened with the download or the what was it? The yeah, whatever, the reset, the upgrade that I did on my computer there. So we'll just take a moment. Yes, there's change all around, and it's better to adopt a humorous attitude towards it because that'll make it a lot more fun. This is awesome because this message has actually been coming up on repeat for me and for people I've been working with and talking to throughout last week. And that was, we have a choice. In every single given moment of time, we each have a choice to decide how we want to look at something and how we are going to choose to deal with it, right? So, and pain and suffering is a choice. And if we decide we're going to focus on problems and focus on hurt or focus on what can be perceived as negative, then we will continue to have that perceived negative experience because where your attention goes, energy flows, right? We're emitters and receivers of energy. So, what we put out, what you focus on, talk about, and feel about, especially intensely, you're putting a signal out to the universe that's operating on a specific vibrational frequency, and then the energy and experiences that match those frequencies come back to you. So it's really quite simple how we can shift things in our life, but we first have to shift the way we're currently doing the things if the things we're currently doing is not producing happier, healthier results in our life. I like how sometimes these things come out a lot simpler and easier when I'm trying to articulate them. It's like wonderful. Keep it simple, spirit, please. And they're like, oh, it's not us that makes it difficult, it's the humans. So remind yourself things are not as hard, difficult, or whatever. I mean, they will be if you believe them to be, but they don't have to be if you shift your focus and realize that. If you choose, so I can't really get this lit very well here. If you choose to shift your perspective, then your experience with whatever it is that you're doing will absolutely shift the way that you experience it. And that's the simplicity of it. It is like it's magical, and it can be very comical at times too. Okay, so here's some sage for everybody. Just clearing that chaotic energy that was already messing with the videos previous to the one that I'm on now. Mm. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to find the humor in this. Oh, my drums just did a little tick, which is letting me know the ancestors are here and they are happy that I understand. Well, because I want to be happy, and this is how I can choose for myself to be happier. Okay, so for this next 7-day forecast, messages of divine guidance, which are for everybody. Spirit wants to first and foremost remind everybody that just because I'm doing this forecast for us to navigate this upcoming week doesn't mean that these messages will not be pertinent and very effective at other times if you ever feel intuitively guided to come back and watch something in the future that is of the past, because the past, the present, the future kind of all are intertwined. So there's spirit has no limits or boundaries on how and when to deliver these messages. It's just humans that operate on a perceived linear way, but that's not energy and spirit. So um, but without further ado, for all intents purposes, the messages I am giving for today are to help out for us navigating this upcoming week. As I said, today is the first day of spring. It's a beautiful time. Now, my drums are just, I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's not super loud, but they're popping, which the ancestors are very, they're here to celebrate this breaking out of the hibernation mode of winter. So it's a big change. It's almost a drastic change too, if we're gonna like look at it in that sense, because we're going from hibernation mode to breaking out and hitting the ground running, if you will. And that's just the energy. It's super excitable, right? Break out. But the first message that Spirit dropped in when I sat in meditation for this week's guidance, I was a little taken aback by the first word they dropped in, because I was like, oh, where are we going to go with this? And the first word they dropped in was chaos. And so, chaos. We live in a world that um, where chaos is part of the dynamic of this world. We live in a world that in polarity, and then shimmy down onto a third dimensional level, there's a duality, right? So that we can navigate and understand like one extreme to another and be able to find our neutral ground and stuff. It's part of the human experience and what we've come here to learn, and we're never going to I don't like the word never, but anyway, it's the human language. It can be very limited sometimes, but we will not, as far as I'm aware, be able to change the dynamics of what life is like here on this planet. Chaos is a part of the dynamic in order for us to learn and grow. right? It's not necessarily a bad thing. But the message from Spirit, when I sat and asked, okay, where are we going with this? Chaos. They said, be aware of it, but not caught up in it, right? So I can hear other people, easier said than done. Actually, here's where your power is over yourself. You remember, you always have the choice to choose to get involved in something that might not be yours to get involved in, but because it triggered you or whatever, you have a choice. You can get caught up in that chaos, or you can choose not to and just sit back and do reflective work, right? And like just observe, be the quiet observer instead of the um, I want to say loud reactor, because part of the chaos is out there to like shift things, and we as humans don't necessarily learn until we have an experience that is quite profound, and then it sticks with us, right? If we just learned everything by what somebody said to us or what we read in a book without having a personal experience with it, well, there wouldn't be chaos on this planet, would there? But that's not how it works. And also, part of that chaos or that pressure of chaos helps us to find the diamond and the light, if you will, within ourselves. So, what I hear is the practice of becoming in the eye of the storm. And it's really, really important that we're not here to control anyone or anything outside of ourselves. And that's what the chaos is out there to remind you of. The chaos will be there. And the more we play in it or get caught up in it, that attention, that energy, and that program or dynamic of whatever it is we're caught up in continues to grow, especially when more people plug into it. So when you unplug from what's happening outside of you and you plug back into you, the light within, so meditation is a very good practice to have. And there's many different types of meditation out there. It's not about just shutting off your mind and getting quiet, although you will get to that state of being with practice, right? Even if you're doing a walking meditation or some other kind of moving and active meditation, where, because meditation just really means that you are fully present in this now moment, right? So this week, the first message from Spirit is a reminder of chaos, and that chaos will always ensue out there and outside of ourselves, and for us to be aware of it but not caught up in it. So the next message that came with that to help with that is to have a daily routine of downtime, or what they're calling downtime, which is the triple R's: relax, retreat, and then reflect. Because it's really hard to reflect with a clear mind when our body is caught up in a trigger or chaotic situation outside of ourselves. We can't relax, right? Um, and in order to relax, you need to retreat. You need to not be caught up in that. So, some really good self love. I replace the word care with love. So, self love practice where you are retreating, right? And you just sit with yourself. Learn to have a really great relationship with yourself so that you love your own company. That's a game changer for how your relationships with people outside of yourself will become a lot more harmonious and beneficial, instead of challenging and teaching us lessons, chaos to bring us back. So, because when we're caught up in the chaos, we tend to be reactive. And when we're reactive, it's like a chain reaction of explosive energy, right? And we've been primed up for that with all of these things outside of ourselves. When we're caught up in reacting to our outside world instead of reflecting within and balancing that energy within. So when we can retreat from that, then our bodies and our minds start to relax. And then we'll be able to reflect on what's going on or what we need for ourselves and move forward in a more clear, balanced way. So, using the excitable energies is the last message that we got from Spirit here. Use the excitable energies of spring to move in the direction of all the things that bring us joy and happiness. Because what we focus on and pay attention to is what we're going to get more of, right? And again, we have the choice. There are things happening out there and they may have an effect on us somehow, some way. But if, in all honesty, we are the ones we are looking for to make the changes, it all starts with accountability and management of the self. When you get in balance and in tune with yourself, then you can know what's best for you, make those decisions and choices, and redirect your focus on the things that do bring you joy and happiness in order to be able to attract and magnetize more experiences that are in alignment with that. And that sends out a ripple effect to the cosmos, if you will, and all of the energy that's on this planet, which will have a positive effect on those around us. The more and more people that do this kind of work inner, it gets reflected in the outer. So, um, I just gotta make sure. Um, yeah, I gotta wrap this up quick. um, Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I got such a busy day today, so I'm also going to find time to. Well, I already did this morning. I got to sit back and reflect a bit this morning, but I'm going to definitely make some time this afternoon and again this evening. So, really, really important to use that personal choice of what you want to focus on or what you want to attract in your life is important for what you put your attention towards. And know that nobody can take that choice away from you. It's up to you. If the things that you're doing are um, sorry, hold on a second. Hello, are you here? Oh, okay, I'm live, so I'm gonna run to the back and let you in just a moment. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so now I understand why Spirit was saying chaos energy. And I'm gonna choose to be happy about this because there's a lot of really cool things happening today. So I'm welcoming it with an open heart and open mind. Ah, okay, so where was I? Really, really, really important to shift your focus from the things that are bringing you down. Because remember, we cannot find any solutions, shift our energy, or have a better experience with something until we open up, redirect our focus, and then open our mind, right? And our hearts to be able to receive a different experience. What we focus on and pay attention to, and I feel like a broken record with this message as well, but it's important to remember what we focus on and pay attention to, we will get more of. This is simply how it works. So, if anything is happening in our lives that we do not want, we need to shift our focus on how we're seeing it, how we're choosing to deal with it, and then do something different in order to produce a different result. So, this excitable energy, and there's a lot of it. We can use this energy to channel our focuses towards the things that bring you joy and bring you happiness, and let the magic begin to take effect in our lives. All right. I am going to pull 3 cards from the Ascended Masters just to see what they have to give us for this week. And you guys, please feel free to comment your personal questions. I will not be able to answer them live for you today, but I will come back and go through the comments and answer your messages when I have time. If not today, it may be tomorrow morning that I can get back to your personal messages, but please know I will send those out. And one more message from the Gateway Oracle. Oh my gosh. I just love it. I love doing the channel messages first and then pulling the cards because it blows my mind every single time just how divinely aligned it all is. You can't make this up. You can try, but you wouldn't be able to get it this divinely aligned. Oh my goodness. Okay, so oh yeah, isn't that interesting? I'm going to start with the bigger picture, which is the messages that remain at the bottom of the decks after I've pulled the main messages for us. So this is the bigger picture and messages from our higher selves, the energetics. From the Ascended Masters, we have Kuan Yin with Let It Go, which is beautiful. So that's connected to all things in the past. What's in the past is done. We cannot change any of it, but we can change how we reflect and how we respond and how we're going to move forward, right? With things that were done in the past, right? So letting go of all that no longer serves us in order to embrace this new. And then from the Gateway, we got stepping into stillness. So this is in connection with that retreat in order to relax and then be able to reflect clearly, right? And the mantra here is my power is born in the majesty of silence. So I will be taking pictures of all of this when I get back from the other function I have to go to and do a TikTok video and then post all the read up from all these messages in the comments or in that video on my Webinessence Enterprises Facebook page for all of you to dive in a little bit deeper. And on the TikTok videos, by the way, you guys can just pause the pictures in order to read everything because you won't be able to read everything when it shifts so quickly to the next one. Just so you know, that's how you work that one. So dropping down into the main messages, which are pertaining to our physical realities in the third dimension of this beautiful life we have. Jesus has shown up as the very first messenger with open your heart to love. And it's really, really important that open heart is going to allow us to receive the guidance that we need. It will not lead us into places of danger, but it's important for that heart to be open in order to receive the guidance that and the love from the universe and those that do love us to be able to come in. If we feel like we have to block our heart chakra for protection, then you're blocking everything that you need that is for your support. It's the opposite, right? It's actually not protection, it's self-harm to be blocking that heart chakra. So first and foremost, open your heart to love, especially with and for yourself, so that you can receive it from others and be able to move forward in a more balanced way. Our second message is coming from Paul the Venetian with artistic expression. So here's that really I feel the excitable energy with this in connection with that open heart chakra. um, Being able to focus and pay attention on what brings you joy and let that creative expression find its way to find its way out. So use it, work with it, take action with some kind of artistic expression. And it could be in any way. It's not just about painting pictures or drawing pictures, right? It could be in any way, shape, or form. And then Horus has shown up as the third message from the Ascended Masters with you are seeing the situation accurately. So this message is letting us know that to trust your intuition, right? Know that whatever it is that you're feeling and you seem to know, but you don't know how you know, this is your intuition and your higher guidance letting you know you are absolutely seeing a situation for what it is. So if it's something that you like, great. Don't start putting doubt in your mind, go, oh, it's too good to be true. No, that's a choice. And you just shoved your energy down into a lower frequency. Sit with the gratitude and be happy and relish in that. Now, if it's you're seeing something that you didn't necessarily want or it's not what you were hoping for, accept it for what it is. You don't have to like it, but if you accept it, then you can let it go or make a choice and a decision that will lead you to the things that you do want to be in alignment with. So it's important not to ignore what you are getting the accuracy about through your intuition. Things are heightened for us these days, ladies and gentlemen, and they're only going to get more and more heightened. Our final message for this week from the Gateway Oracle is planting seeds. So, quite literally and metaphorically, this message, today's the first day of spring, so this is just so divinely perfect for this message. Get out in your gardens, start prepping them to start planting the seeds for what you want to grow, literally. And then metaphorically or symbolically, write down your intentions of what you would like. What are your goals that you would like to achieve during this next 3 month cycle? Oh, that reminds me, I have to do a 3 month cycle. So I'll do another video probably later on tonight for the general collective for the whole cycle of spring. All right, great reminder. So goals. What are your goals that you would like to accomplish? Not how you're going to do them. You leave that up to the universe to help you out and co-create with, right? But you want to start at least writing down, thinking about writing down, and then writing these things down, so that the energy gets created, and then that the ball of that energy starts rolling, right? So the mantra for this one is seeds of grace are being planted in the fertile soil of my soul. Seeds of grace are being planted in the fertile soil of my soul. These mantras from the Gateway Oracle are wonderful things to be repeating to yourself as often as possible because the voice that we use, the words that we speak out, it's all energy and frequency, and it helps us. The mantras and positive affirmations do help us to come into alignment with the frequencies of what these mantras are saying and what the words are producing, the energy that we are wanting to cultivate and be a part of. Okay, so my power is born in the majesty of silence, and seeds of grace are being planted in the fertile soil of my soul. All right, you guys have a wonderful day today, and remember, be aware of the chaos, not caught up in it. And choose to be happy and find the joy in the situation and see see how that works out in your life. I guarantee it'll make things a lot lighter. From my heart to yours, keep shining bright, for we are all beautiful, shiny souls. And I will see you next week.